here. We'll do this. It'll work better, probably. I think. Oh, let's see. Hopefully everything is working. I think everything is working, but I didn't test it out. We're going to do this. And then why did I do this? Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Oh, gosh. Oh, hey, James, what's up? What's up, Justin? What are you talking about? What's up, Tomcat? Oh, I just getting started here. Kind of decided I'd go live for a little bit. I was thinking James might. James said, "What's up, Justin?" I think. Let's see. And I said, I was laughing. I said, "Who's Justin?" If I remember correctly, maybe I'm thinking James sent me a few bucks sometime or something. That might be why. He might be trying to say my legal name. If he sent me something to my Cash App, then he would have seen my legal name, I think. Am I right? Yeah, when you send stuff, you know. But anyway, James, welcome. Glad you're here. Give me a second here. How are you doing, Tomcat? I've had a pretty good day. Oh gosh. Oh, I just cut me I cut a I got a Boston butt the other day for a good price. Pretty good size. Almost it's like a pretty good thick but good piece. So and all I have to cook it with is, I use a little baking oven. Hey Betty, what's up? It's good to see you. Great to see you. I was just telling Tomcat that I've had a decent day. It's a little cool here today. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and the night before it came in, rained like a lot, like early morning. It was still dark, considered nighttime, but it was actually morning time. Bad storms and everything. Then rained most of the day yesterday, and then it kind of tapered off towards the end. And today's a little cooler. So, oh, okay. You got some bigger potatoes than the ones you showed the other day, like that picture yesterday or the day before. I might have just saw the picture yesterday, but it might have been posted the day before. I can't remember. A lot of times, you see a post. I don't even pay attention if it's current. Like I might notice when it was posted, but sometimes sometimes I'm seeing people's community post after the fact, probably like some people see mine. And Tomcat, I didn't think about sending you a text or anything before. I didn't know I was going to go on until I just rain's moving in here soon too. Just been hustling and chatting up the ladies. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with y'all here. And then Betty says it's been pouring where she's at. Now, if the chat gets going real, like the other day, there was a time that I was going pretty well. I had a pretty good stream going, and there was a lot of people talking in the chat, and I was trying to. But I think I had. I want to say I was. Well, this might have been last week. anyway, there was a stream I did, and I might have had somebody on the stream, and I was trying to keep up with me talking to people that were on as a guest and trying to communicate with the chat. And I have to learn how to do that more evenly. Like if I have somebody on, it's not necessary for me to be addressing every single message like I can when I'm by myself, and that makes sense, don't it? Okay, yeah, you post. I saw it yesterday, but I just didn't really pay attention if it was posted, if it was from yesterday or maybe an older post. And then here, good man, what'd you say? Good man. Likewise, been having a good time with the gals. It's been dreary here too. Light rains. Okay, so it sounds like we're all kind of. I mean, there's been a lot of bad weather going on. My friend Teresa up in Oklahoma a few days ago, they had it really bad. A lot of flooding. You know, she stays out in a garage that's it's insulated enough for her to stay out there, but it's still got the big garage door. It ain't been closed off and sealed off. So you do have a garage door and it's not sealed off. So there's a lot of air that comes in under the door. And then when it rains, especially if it had been dry for a while for them, when it came down that pour, like it'll flood. And a lot of times she's dealing with having to try to keep the water out and dry everything out after it gets done. Yeah, the best chats are when people have side chats. I agree. See, Tomcat says after the y'all give me a second. I gotta turn this little oven back on. Well, I'll show y'all real quick what I'm doing. Hell, I got my phone. I can take you with me. And then I'll put this back on the stand when I decide to sit back down. The only thing I don't like doing that with, I don't like doing that because like sometimes I might accidentally back out of a thing or something. So I cut this Boston butt in half. You can see, and then I put some seasoning and salt on it. I'm gonna turn this back up because it really hasn't got going yet. So I have my little toaster oven over here, and then I have that grill over in the kitchen beside the sink, and then I have a microwave. I kind of need a new microwave too. I probably need to get one soon. The bottom of the inside of the bottom. I don't mind the rain necessarily. We had well, I mean, I'm gray cloud after all also. So, yeah. I hate them spam calls. I get them all day long. So, anyway. Oh, I just titled the live stream, like, let's talk about comic or life comic books, whatever. Really just depended on who shows up in the chat or if anybody else wanted to come on at some point. Because, I mean, if I stay on for a while, we might have somebody show up and not just me or whatever. Yeah. I mean, the way I usually do like a pork roast or a loin or Boston, but I mean, I could have put the whole thing in there, but it's just me. And so I was like, man, I can cut this in half. So I cut it in half today, put the other half in a bag, sealed it up, threw it up in the freezer. And see, look, Betty was talking about it's nice when the best chats are when other people get to talking amongst themselves. I do agree. Yesterday, guys, we had an incident and I did a stream yesterday, and there was someone that came in that I hadn't recognized. Now I don't know. They were under. It was kind of weird because it was a kid. Using his mom's account, but his mom allows him to use her account. And then she's got it made where he's got an account under her name to put videos up. So he has him a small little channel. But it was funny because it was a cool stream. I always set them for not for kids. But like if teenagers might be in the chat, I'm not worried about all that. But this guy, this little boy, like I didn't know anyway. I thought I was talking to a woman at first, but it was very concerning because there was somebody that had been in my chats before, and I think it's a younger person trying to be a troll. They came in, and the first message they said to the account, which was under a name Leslie, they said, "Damn, Leslie, you got a big ass forehead." And I was like, Sophie, that ain't cool. You don't come in these, I was like, if we were all joking around and we knew each other and we're cutting on each other, that's different. But when you come into my chat, when you come into my stream and you're really not been here that long, because that person that was doing that yesterday, they've only been in a few streams, and every time they try to be funny, and I've tried to take it and it don't bother me, but when they start doing that shit, so I timed them out. And when they got timed out, they came right back in and made a joke about the picture. And at this point, I had realized we weren't talking to the person in the picture. They were actually insulting that kid's mama. Yeah, so I ended up blocking that person, and I don't want to have to do that shit, but I was like, you know what? It wasn't somebody that's been with the channel for a long time. They just recently started watching my live streams in the past month or so. And every time they do show up, they try to be funny. And like I said, if we're all here joking around and it's a very, just fun going, and it's also different when you pick on somebody that you kind of have, like if we know each other a little bit, and I insult you as a joke, and I know that you can take it, that's cool. Like I can take jokes. You can call me whatever, But I did. I'm saying it. I mean, it was somebody named Sophie. I timed them out. They came back in, made it, and they said their next comment when they got finished with their timeout, they popped back in and said, "Oh, well, I thought I saw my future in their forehead." And so I just instantly blocked them. I was like, fuck this shit. Now, I didn't know if I could, but I can. Through Restream, I'm able to do it. Yeah, I know. Like, kids are going to see it. And that's, like, I realize that. Especially, I'm going on during the day usually. Most of my live streams I end up doing usually earlier in the day, and then sometimes like this. Anyway, it was, I wouldn't have known that was a kid if they hadn't have told me, but somebody in the chat asked them about if they had kids, and the boy said, "No, I'm on my mom's account." And then they went in to explain. They explained to me, they were like, I'm a YouTuber. I do videos on YouTube. So I went, after I got off the stream, I went and found the account, and I saw what they were talking about. Like, I guess their mom has it set up for them to put up videos and stuff under her account. So anyway, I thought it was kind of cool. He actually put a little short out on his channel, which is just under Leslie's name, but he put a little short out yesterday and like tagged me, like telling people to come check out my channel. So, like, I'm very aware that, for me, it's exciting because I want to be a good influence to people. So if there are younger people that sometimes checking me out, and I have said this before. No, I understand, Betty. I understand. I normally don't really, like I said, I didn't know until they told me. Like once they said that they were a kid on their mom's account, I was like, hey, well, but I don't, I don't know, man. I've said this a million times, and I'm gonna drop this subject after this. I've said this a million times. If I'm ever gonna do a stream where I think it's gonna be a little bit more, kind of like if I know that intentionally the stream could go in a lot more like vulgar areas, because it's just going to be like me and some people, like say I'm going to have like a stream, and it's going to be just cutting on like people that I'm friends with and have made connections with online. I've invited them on, and we're just going to have a good old time. We might make a bunch of fucking jokes, and we might just talk about anything, and it's all adults. Then I would probably set a stream like that later into the evening or at night, and I would probably age restrict it. That's just, I'm trying to keep up with all y'all stuff here now. Y'all got it. Y'all. Yeah, I can see why Tomcat. Like yours, because I mean, like I cuss and stuff, but y'all know, like if you watch my channel, I don't do a lot of cussing. Don't do a lot of cussing on my streams. Now I do say, like, it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I like, like I'm not worried about, but I try to just, when I'm making videos and stuff, for the most part, you won't hear me cuss. When you hear me cussing, it's on a live stream usually. Yeah, most of my, so y'all forgive me if I don't see, if you're commenting and I'm running my damn mouth and I don't see something right away, just I think y'all understand. Hold on, let me see if okay. But anyway, it was pretty cool though. We got, because I was sharing some stuff about comic books and everything, and that got the conversation going. And then like that kid had asked me, I didn't know why they asked me until like I found out, that they do videos and stuff. They'd asked me if I'd seen the movie Tremors, and I was like, oh yeah, like the first two are like my favorite. As the series goes on in Tremors, I thought it got kind of like less and less as good, and they agreed. And so when I got off the channel and I went and looked up the account, and then I found the videos that he puts up under his mom's account, because there's one video that's under his mom's account that's just like advertising, I think, whatever she does. I think she's an RN or some kind of medical field thing. So it's like a commercial for her profession. And then I guess under her account, he has the ability to put up videos, and they don't all appear on the same place. But anyway, he had made like some kind of little animation about 8 months ago and uploaded it on the channel. And so I shared that in my community yesterday. You can go to the community and find it. It was a cool little, just like simple animation. I don't know what he used, but he called it the Tremors trailer or something, like he had done his version of something, and it looked like a little video game, it wasn't real elaborate, but I thought, hey, that's pretty cool, So, I'm going to support somebody young like that that's trying to do something cool, Also, the boy was he plays music. Turned out he can play drums, he plays piano, because I was playing with my my drumsticks and stuff. And yes, I see I see that you're asking about Hero and Dog. Oh, hey, Land of Steel Fishing, how you doing? Tremors was a great movie. The second one was good, but the next 50 of them got a little wild. Yeah, I think they all were pretty decent, but like each one, it just starts getting less and less. In like, by the third one, like I thought the third one was okay. I think the third one's where they had wasn't the third one where they had all the farting going on, I think. And then I see that you asked. And then Betty mentioned Hero and Dog, which is a story that I'm trying to work on. I actually got me got a new notebook yesterday or the day before, and then the other day, I'm just showing you that I have done a little work, but not much. They always have to kill the movies with the 100 sequels. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday when we were talking about it. Yeah, ass blasters. That's what it was. The ass blasters in Tremors 3. I think it was Tremors 3. I believe it was. But so, as you know, I had done a stream like last week. There was a couple of people on with me, and it was from the comics book community. We went like a little over 3 hours. I shared my idea with Hero Dog, about Hero Dog, my concept. And then that night, that was motivated me so much that the very next day I started cleaning my table off. And like ever since, I've been coming in here, sitting at my table. I at least try to do a little bit of something writing wise every day, just like I try to mess around with my drawing and stuff. Okay, let me try to keep up with you guys. That can actually be made into a children's book, Hero and Dog. Yeah, it was 3. Okay, Tomcat's a week sober today. Congratulations on that, brother. I'm still sober. I haven't drank. Well, it's been about 2 weeks now, I guess, since that last little bout of. And Land of Fish, Still Fishing said, yeah, it was 3. And you're right, Betty. The intention behind Hero and Dog would be that I see it in a lot of different versions. Like I see you could have a kid-friendly version. You could have an adult version. It can be in a book form. It can be in a comic book form. It can be in a movie form. It can be a TV series. I mean, it can be in multiple media. That's the hope, the idea behind my. That's where I see it. If I can ever get this thing off the, and I just don't think I can do it myself. I'm just trying to lay the groundwork so I can hand it off to somebody. Okay, you have to work. We'll see you later, Betty. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Appreciate it. Always appreciate it. And sorry about the little bird. Guys, Betty and them had been trying to take care of a little bird, I guess, that they had found that had just came out of its egg. And I seen the short today where she had said it didn't make it. So, that kind of happens. And if y'all haven't, go check out Betty Spaghetti's channel. And also, if you don't know about Tomcat's channel, Tomcat has a channel also. I like to let everybody know these things. Okay, let me see. But what I was saying was, so after that stream, I began the next day transcribing some of the loose notes I had into a notebook. But it was in a notebook that's kind of towards the back of something where I've got it filled with a bunch of other stuff. So I bought this one to restart doing everything into a new notebook that will be exclusive just for Hero and Dog. And I knew it probably wouldn't work, but got my hopes up. Yeah, when you one that tiny, like if you had found one that had feathers already and fell out of the nest or something, you can sometimes nurse those and keep them and get them to health and let them loose later. But I imagine one like that, right out of the egg, no feathers or nothing. It's got to be like a, yeah, later, Gators. Okay, Taterhead. I'm going to call you Taterhead since you called me a gator. I don't know why I'm calling you Taterhead, but anyway. So what I did today was I took out whatever I had not already transcribed, and then, there's a couple pages here that I wrote down into the other notebook and threw away the old written pages that were loose. And then today I pulled them out of the notebook. I've got them right here. I put them in this notebook, so I might not get to it today, but probably tomorrow I hope to begin transcribing all of that on those loose papers into this notebook and also putting some new ideas down. It'll be a lot better once I get back to having a computer, maybe. And I don't really know how to type or anything, but if I can get a computer again and store some stuff, it'll be a lot better. It sounds like we're all doing pretty good, to me, it sounds like we're doing all right. Or it sounds like you guys are doing, relatively well. Tomcat's had a week sober. We're all experiencing some of the, you said, Tom, it's the rain. There's some rain coming now. So you haven't maybe had it like we've already had it. And then, I just see a friend. Oh, a friend is texting me. He might see me live. I texted him. I've been reading and stuff. And I wasn't expecting him to text me back that quick. There goes the little dinger again. The only problem with this thing here is it's got a timer on it, and I got to just put it on as much time as it can do. And then I got to restart it every like once it dings. Oh, but it's starting to cook. The thing I like about those kind of stuff, like roast or butts and stuff, like you can just put it like and then sometimes you can just put them in like in a crock pot and stuff. I'm waiting to see if the mail, when the mail runs. Oh yeah, I know you did. I'm in Alabama, but I know that the other day when it came, my friend was looking on the. She's in Oklahoma, like I was talking about, and she was seeing something about Arkansas getting it real bad, and she was mistaking the state I'm in for Arkansas because she was like, "Man, y'all are getting it," and then she came back later and was like, "Oh, I forgot you're in Alabama, and I was looking at something from Arkansas," and that was like a day or two before it came here. Like it hit Arkansas real bad, whatever, several days back, and then and then now we had it. Like I said, we had it the night before last, and then yesterday for most of the day, and then it finally stopped. But it's still overcast here. It's cooler and everything. Oh yeah, I know about CERN. CERN is causing a lot of different jumps in timelines and stuff. That's what's going on with CERN. Yeah, you brought up a cool question. That's a good thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. CERN, trying to mess around with well, yeah, they're really CERN is toying with the fabric of time. But I don't think CERN is what would have caused that. More like probably. Well, I mean, they have those. They do have weather controlling abilities and stuff. That's been known for a while, and it's just like the wildfires and stuff. A lot of people think that that's something man done. They want you to think it's like they're creating all these disasters to make people even more desperate. So when they really get cracking down even more, people will be so desperate that they'll just take it. That's what's going on. Trust me on that. I know. It's like I was talking about my friend. I mean, I can't do nothing about it, but constantly reminding me of all this crap on the news and all these people, and like, and I keep saying, stop watching that stuff. I mean, there's nothing we can do about none of it. Like, it's just like everybody worried about people like worried whether about their social security going to get cut off or about this shit done that or like whatever's going on about wars in other places that we don't even live in and shit. With they're going to keep doing whatever they're doing, and when it all hits the fan, the best thing I can do is just have trust that whatever's always kept me in the loop and keep me going is going to be there and keep me going then. Like if I'm still here when all this goes, which I suspect I will be, because I'm seeing I'm just estimating within the next 5 years, we're going to see some pretty good, big, horrendous stuff. But I think we're going to go through I think as we get closer to the end of the year, before the end of the year, I think we're going to see some things smooth out for the country and some better stuff for a little while. Yeah, Tomcat. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And yeah, and him seen some stuff in the last 10. And then Tom says, and basically that's where I'm at. is I'm trying to just take care of what I can in my daily life. You know, I could be trying to prep and store up a bunch of food, which I don't really have a place to be doing that. I'm not like some, I don't own my own land. I don't have like a, you know, and even if I had done that over the years and had like a lot of land and was self sufficient and everything and had a bunch of stuff stockpiled, it's still not going to matter. When everything shuts down, you ain't going to tell me that even the people that are so well prepped and got tons of shit stocked up, that shit's going to be depleted eventually. People are going to be coming to you at some point trying to get your shit. It's just going to be the only thing you're going to be able to do is either trust in something bigger than you outside of yourself. And, I'll just put it that way. I call him the big kahuna, the great spirit. You can call it whatever you got. James, what'd you say? Thanks for saying that. Oh, about CERN? Yeah. But yeah, CERN, I don't just believe it, I know it. CERN is a direct, the Mandela effects that have been talked about over the past several years and become prevalent to everybody, especially with YouTube talking about it a lot. Now, I don't see much about it now, but Mandela effects, where you thought that the guy for Monopoly had a glass thing, but supposedly he don't and never did. Or the Bearstein Bears. I can tell you CERN has something to do with that. And it's also that the Third Reich never left. The Third Reich just went dormant and went sleeping. So what you're seeing is a third. Well, there's a structure of a Fourth Reich that's under the. Anyway, I can go real deep there, buddy. And have you ever seen I never read the books or whatever but I watched the first few seasons of The Man in, what is it? The Man in the High Castle or something like that. It was on Prime. It was a pretty good series. And from what I understand, the book is really good. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's an alternate reality where instead of the U.S. and the Allies winning World War II, Germany and Japan won, and then they split up America. And you got so what I'm trying to say is I know that movie is or that show was fictional, based on a fictional so-called book, but it is based on an alternate reality. But what you're seeing actually happen to the world today is something similar. Because remember in that book or in that show, it ends up they were messing with crossing over into other dimensions. They had learned how to go into other dimensions, into other realities to spread their ideology and take over. Yeah, The Man in the High Castle. That's it. The Man in the High Castle. Yeah. I don't mind discussing it. It's just that I think about this stuff a lot. I know a lot of this stuff. I just at one time years ago, I remember I had a friend that was real into conspiracy theory stuff and all that kind of stuff. And at the time, I thought I didn't take much. I was open minded, but I got tired of him telling me every day about certain things that I didn't really understand or didn't know if I believed or not. And I kind of made some comments that made him kind of mad. And I think, and then like years later, I was like, well, I wish I hadn't have been so. At the time, I just didn't. But I already knew that he was onto something. I just didn't. Okay, Tomcat. I hope. Well, we all have lives, man. And hey, Tomcat, we'll try to get together Well, we got personal info. We can contact each other personally. We'll try to hook up and arrange another day for you to come on and be here on there with me if you want. And then Land of Still Fishing. And Land of Still Fishing. Yeah, you're a channel, aren't you? Didn't I subscribe to your channel too? You have to forgive me. I know the handle, and I remember just it being something new to me, like in the past few weeks. Like either you subscribed to me and then I subscribed to you. You commented on something or whatever. And then James Gunn said, "Take pleasure, Tomcat." Oh, and but yes, this is probably why I need to be thinking about getting some kind of better setup. Of course, I have such a hard time managing money a lot of times just on my own and everything. But it would be nice if I could get my shit together in the next month or two, get a good setup going where I can be doing some more like networking. Because I would like to create a channel maybe on Rumble where we delve into some of this stuff a little even deeper. Somewhere like be on a platform where I can talk a little more openly and not think about now as long as we keep it in like that we're not trying to. I think my channel's small enough that it's not really going to matter, but uh, at least on Rumble I could talk more about politics and stuff, and I really don't give a shit about talking about politics, to be honest with you. But if I want to say something, I want to be able to state that I have kind of like sometimes I do want to say my piece. But Land is Still Fishing. Oh, hey, Maddie. And there's somebody that calls me grandpa. I got a few people that, depending on their age, some people are young enough to consider me a grandpa, and then there's some people that say I'm more like a dad. Then, of course, I like to just think myself as like the cool uncle because I don't really have children. So, and I don't think I've seen Maddie here in a little while, but yeah, hey, Maddie, it's good to see you. And then yeah, okay. I was thinking like it's a fairly yeah. You said you're just starting up, which oh what I kind of got sidetracked here. I was talking about um this is cool. I like it when we kind of go all over the place. You know what I mean? Like I've got to start learning how to maybe have a topic to bring to the table. Like today, it was like I just wanted to talk about life and stuff, but I think a topic would be more interesting. I need to start thinking about something to start the shows off with, like from the get go, if I can, when people start showing up. A lot of times, what happens when I'm by myself, though, is there won't be anybody really show up for a little while. Like sometimes I might be here 15, 20 minutes before anybody shows up watching. Uh, Today, it was like all of y'all just boom, right all pretty quickly came in. So you kept me going. Um, you know, matter of fact, what I've done before I got on here, I've been doing a little bit of let me show y'all something. I don't know if y'all seen it. This is pretty cool though. I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to show you something I made just a little bit ago. Hold on a second. No, hold on. I think I'm trying to figure out how to do it. It's local video, and then I go like this. Watch spoken word. I jumped at the opportunity to squander my dreams. With the pipe in hand, I took the hits and overindulged. Is this what life is? Nope. No. I navigate much differently now. Slowly putting the pieces of the dream back in place. Now carry on. All fellow seekers. Gray Cloud, over and out. Ditto. Okay, I just wanted to show that to y'all. If you hadn't seen that, I'd uploaded it as a short. So what I was doing was, I'm doing a little bit of, before I went live, I was doing a little bit of writing right here. Not writing stuff straight out of my head, but going through some things I had screenshotted that I wrote a while back and had not put into my notebook yet. So what I'm doing is going through and it's stuff I wrote on Twitter and X. I have a thing I do sometimes is I just will do stream of consciousness writing, and it'll just strictly be posted to X. Then I'll screenshot it, save it, and then after I have a bunch of them kind of like built up, I come back and then I'll come in and with my notebook, put them down. And what's cool is it's got the date and the time that I did it. And then I put down that I wrote that this particular writing is from, Twitter or X. My intention is it would be nice to, I would love to go through all these and compile them, have them typed up, and do like a little small, pamphlet of the things that I've only wrote. That before I typed them out on that platform, that's where they originally were posted. And that's like I came up with them spur of the moment at the time. So, and it looks like we might have lost a few people. I don't know. And I don't need to be concerned with that. I think whoever's here, that's what's important. And so we're going to just kind of go with that. Now, I did do this, though. Let's see. I guess I'll install this update. It'll take a while. I don't know if it'll even allow it to do it on a hotspot. I got my other old phone out and turned on and it's connected to my hotspot in case I needed to use it to look at anything else. Like if I needed to try to send anybody a link or anything. Okay, let's see here. Okay, now I'm remembering who you are, James. You came on the show with me a while back. You were one of the first people, wasn't you? Am I right? If you're still there, I have to try. I remember the name. We've had a lot of good talk back and forth, you in the chat. But if I'm correct, there was a day when I first was starting out trying to just practice with either StreamYard or this one. This one I'm going with because it's unlimited hours a month to stream. So that's what I'm going with right now. Let me go check let me check this butt real quick, this Boston butt. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, it's about time for me to get up and check it real quick. I'll be right. See, yeah, you came on and you were like you were like the second person or something that I had brought on as to be on the screen with me. Okay. That Boston butt is going pretty good. The cool thing about in that little oven, it cooks a lot quicker, I think. because it's in such a smaller space. You have the like, you know, the elements are like closer to the surface of the meat, so it cooks a little quicker for me. Oh, the hell is floating around in my damn? Hmm. Okay. So the reason I showed y'all that little video though was because I went on to write down a few. So I thought that was a pretty cool. That's something I wrote. I had wrote that in January. The thing that you just saw the video for that I have up as a short. Oh, also, I'm wearing my friend. Hold on. Finally got my Johnny Scab t-shirt. That's Johnny Scab right there. If you don't know about his channel, go check his channel out. Johnny Scab. He wears a mask. There you go. He took a. I was doing a live on X yesterday just to show off, or the other day before yesterday when I got the shirt. I was doing a live on X. No, it's not an air fryer. It's just a damn bacon toaster oven. What the hell? It just seems to, like, I just realized since I've had to use a little toaster oven for the past few years, like I don't have a big full-size stove. I find that sometimes it cooks, like, because it's a little small space, and like if you put like a little, I mean, it'd cook in a big oven too, but it's like it don't take as long for that to heat up. It heats up pretty quick, boom, and it's like, I don't know. That's all I was saying is like, the elements are here. Like you only have this much space. You put that, so it's not like the top of that butt is like just that far from the top, and then the bottom's like right. I forget that you might not have been here a minute ago when I first turned the camera around. I went over there to check it, and I showed everybody what I was working on in the little oven. But I wrote that on January 4th. It looks like, and then. Okay, trying to think of what I'm doing here. Yeah, I've got some packages. I was waiting on a package that was supposed to have been delivered. It should have been delivered Saturday, but it got postponed because some of that weather we were talking about. Like all that weather was going on, like I guess more in the middle of the country. My package was coming from Oregon, and like, so it was almost here. At some point, it should have been here on Saturday, and then it didn't. That's when they predicted it, but then it got delayed, and then even today, it's still not showing me an update. But sometimes when that shit happens, I've had it happen where I'm not consistent. It's not keeping up with the tracking very well. And sometimes the packages still show up. Like with this shirt, I never got, like, I've been contacting Teespring for a few weeks and trying to get updates why, like they told me why it was delayed on getting here. I'd ordered it at the end of February, didn't get it to this past week, like a few days ago. So, and they had a setback in end of January, going into February, where they had like some problems, and then they changed printers and shit. So I understood that. What'd you say? Let's organize something. Let's organize something. Are you going somewhere? Let's organize something. There's something about what you're doing that resonates with me. I'm sending free form messages to my family and call it a journal entry. Okay. Yeah, when I was talking about what I'm doing on my ex and stuff. Okay. Are you having to leave right now, James? And if you're saying let's get together on something, I'm totally down with that. I'm totally cool with that. We could do that. Um, Trying to think. And don't, now I could be wrong. Do you play music too, James? I was thinking you mentioned you might play something. I don't know. I mean, you don't have. I mean, you don't have to. I just okay. I guess you're just saying, "Make God bless you" in the chat. Um, I mean, if uh, I may not be on real long. Well, I mean, we're already going at like almost an hour. And if somebody wanted to come on, I'm not objected to that. I did actually share the link in a private DM group on X, but I don't think anybody's going to come on from there. I was trying to see if anybody from the comic book community might show up, but uh, because all I'm doing right now is just kind of just yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought we talked a little bit about music. Because I do the drumming a little bit, and I like to try to work on some stuff. So, oh, you can tell I'm kind of giddy. So it's kind of like a. But I wanted to go live because there was a few days that I didn't go live because I was doing pretty good last week, and then we had a stream, and then like somebody pointed out some things to me. I took it a little the wrong way at first, and I knew they weren't being personal. They were actually making good points. Uh, it was somebody that had came on a stream with me, and they just weren't comfortable with me not having a topic. Like I kind of was all over the place. Like we'd get into something, and then I'd like just shift the whole like conversation to another. Like we'd be talking about something, and then all of a sudden I'd be. But I mean, I'm kind of that way in real life. But I understand, and of course, I told them in the future, of course, I do want to have planned out things where, and I've said this, that's why I'm experimenting with this. And I'm also new to having people on. So if in the future I'm going to invite somebody on ahead of time, like let's say I know I want to do a show next week and I'm going to try to set up something with said person, I'm going to try to see what their schedule is, when they can do it. They tell me, then I set it up, I schedule it. Well, if it's somebody, an interesting creator or something that's got a product that I want to help promote and I want to get their work out there, then I'm going to have questions for them, and there's going to be like that's going to be kind of the topic and everything. But like for right now, it's just kind of like you know, like if anybody just showed up right now, it'd just be more experience of me like learning how to be patient, learning how not to talk over other people and like other people and managing a good panel of people, and having good conversation and stuff. Ah, oh, yeah, James. So let's see. Why don't I just do that? It's not going to hurt anything, is it? Like I might not stay on real long. we've been almost an hour, but like I just shared the link in the chat. So as long as it's somebody of, I'll just say this: as long as you're welcome to come on for a little bit while I'm on here, as long as you're like cool. Like you don't, nobody has to come on. Like I'm just, I just thought I'd offer if they wanted to. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. But so well, yeah, no, because that link will only be for this chat, this particular event. I might have jumped the gun on putting it there. Like I was, like it wasn't that like I still haven't done that officially yet. Remember, I do want to set up where at some point the people that subscribe to the channel will know like when I'm doing like a stream. Like I want to announce it a few days ahead of time and be like, anybody want to hang out on this day? And I'll be having a panel. Like kind of someone said you call it an open panel. And I think I can have the ability to have up to 6 people on a panel with me for free using this service. So I was just saying that the next time, so like if I did another stream and you tried to use that link, it probably wouldn't bring you to the stream if I remember correctly. And I don't think there's a way for me to take that message down, is there? That's kind of stupid. Anyway, I'll just leave it in there. It's no big deal. But I'm just letting you know so that, because there was one time I was using StreamYard and I shared a link on X. God dang it. I thought I was sharing the link for people to come into the chat, and it was just sharing a link about StreamYard. It wasn't sharing like a link directly into my chat or into my stream. So but that was something I figured out after the fact, and then I learned what I had to do, which I'm not using StreamYard now. I'm using Restream, but so yeah, what I was getting at is I was hoping I'd get some kind of word on that package today, and I'm kind of hoping the same with this. I'd ordered a copy of I'd ordered the first volume of a comic book graphic novel. That's titled upon the same title, but it's got a different undertitle. Like this one's volume 2, lest we forget. Well, they sent me volume 2 instead of volume 1. Volume 1 actually costs a little bit more because it's a thicker book. It's like 170 something pages, I think. I think this one's a little less. Hey, David Smith, it's going pretty well. It's good to see you. Good to see you here, man. How are you doing, man? I think I think everybody's here that's been here has had good positive feedback on their day or their week, other than maybe the rain and stuff. It depends on where you're at. And see. Land of Still Fishing. I guess they might have left, but I was enjoying their conversation stuff. I'm gonna have to go check out their channel some more, which they said they just getting it started. But so the point is, I'd ordered like I think this book here is like a $15 book. I'd ordered the $25 book. They sent me volume 2, which is the most recent issue, just coming off a campaign and everything, crowdfunding. So I direct messaged the dude and said, "Hey, you sent me, like the point of me, like I was like, since I like I was interested enough in their universe and I'd read enough online about what the concept of the stories are or what the story is. I wanted to start with volume one and get to know it, and so then it was cool. They were like, hey, just keep that book because if they had needed me to, like, I would have sent that book back or like sent them money for this book. So they were like, just keep that book. I'll send you volume one because that's what you ordered. And I was like, well, I mean, I appreciate having this, and I see I'm going to get good quality. So I ended up. There's a middle book that's set in the same universe, and it's like in the history of it. It's like in a different time, a different period of the timeline. Like right here, it tells you the timeline. So what I did was, and that was like $15. I was like, well, look, I'll order this other book that I haven't ordered. I'll order that, and then you just you put the first volume in with my package for mine. But what I was going to say is when I got this, they had not even sent me like an update. Like I had not had a tracking number or nothing. It just showed up in the mail. Like it was just there and it came quick. So I could have a package out there at some point today that's got comic books in it too. What do you got here? I'm doing okay. Tweaked my neck Saturday and it's still kind of fucking with me. But besides that, I'm good. We actually are expecting a nice week in terms of weather here in Colorado. Okay, yeah. And now that you mention it, I remember you talking about being in Colorado. That is Colorado, yeah, I think, yeah. And David says, hi, James. And David, if you didn't know, that is a link up there. If you hit that, it would bring you in to be on the screen with me if you wanted to be, but that's up to you. Like if you wanted to show up on to the viewers and talk, but like I'm going to get into doing that for people. Well, I mean, of course, I'm having people that actually. Yeah, I hate when fucking I hate when I get a crick in my neck. Maybe like you ever just slept wrong and you wake up the next day and it's like you can't like you can only turn your neck a certain way and then not any further. It's like and no matter how much you stretch out and try to do, you can't get it right until it just works itself out. You know. But I like I'm excited to see you guys here and be talking for a minute. I'll probably roll with this for a little while longer. Like let's stay on here for like I think I'm probably geared up. I can probably go for another 20 or 30 minutes if I lit myself, and that's totally fine with me. I'm gonna kind of put it that I think that's what I kind of gonna go with. Is that okay, David? No, I mean, like I thought I would just share that, tell you that's what that was, and especially if you've never, like you said, you've been on them a few more times, but what I'll at some point I want to have where I have a day, whether it's every week or every 2 weeks or something. I do like something maybe on a Saturday, just for the like where anybody that comes into the chat that's either a subscriber, they don't even have to have a channel. They don't have to have a channel. They could just be like a viewer, but like say they've never had the ability to be on somebody's stream. That'd be kind of cool. I thought for some of the people that might want to do that, like give them the opportunity to pop in and say hi and talk for a little while with anybody. But now then again, that could get me into some sticky situations. But when someone hits the link I do have the ability to take them down right away, like if they're being rude and all that. Like, but and like I don't have to put somebody up on the stage and actually show them. Like they can hit the link all they want, but if it's somebody I don't think I need to be putting up there, I don't have to. But so let's see, my thing just went off again. Let me show you what this is looking like. I think it's looking pretty good there. Give me a second. Oh, God darn it. And this buddy right here, this little buddy here is actually my dog Biddy's brother. And he's got a wound. I think he's been shot. Yeah. See, they had been leaking and stuff. I didn't see it, but he's been staying in the house some. He's pretty much housebroken. So unless, like last night, he did something in the house, but it's because he couldn't get out and I was asleep. I try to get up in the middle of the night and let them all out, but I haven't been doing that much because my other dogs like to go out and start fucking barking in the middle of the night. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. I think it's looking pretty good there. Let's see. What do y'all think? I'm going to put that thing back on for a little while. Let it do another round. Think that's going to be pretty good, guys. I think that's going to be pretty good. The other two are in my bedroom on the bed. And I don't let him get on the bed. The other day, he kept trying to get on the bed, and I had to keep getting him off. And then this morning, I was trying to get him to come up on the bed with me while they were outside, door closed. And he don't want to get up there now because he learned it real quick. He's like, okay, you showed me you don't want me on the bed. I'm not getting up there, no matter how much you tell me to get up there. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, let me think. Yeah, we'll see. What is he? Double-edged sword for sure, but I don't see you as someone that gets a lot of trolls. No, I don't really get a lot of trolls. I'm imagining I will eventually, because there are some things like I'm in the Comicsgate community. I claim to be Comicsgate. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a comic book thing. Bunch of people that got canceled out of the mainstream industry, and they're independent artists. Not all of them are professionals or were professionals, but it's a consumer movement. But like anyway, there's a lot of drama that goes on in that, and so that, for instance, that stream I was doing like this past week, where someone told me I needed to stay on some topics and stuff. We kept going into a field where we were talking about a few other creators that were some kind of like assholes and shit like that, and then I kind of was like backing out of it because I'm kind of friendly with a lot of different people, and there's other people that have like done some pretty heinous stuff, and even though they have to other people, I still follow them sometimes. But I know that I'm going to get into some deep waters soon. I want to start a show where I invite people from the community that I associate with a lot. Some of them already been on my show, but I want to start a specific show where it is us just talking about different creators and comic books and fun stuff like that. And we might get into joking around, cutting on each other, and we might even be talking shit about some assholes. So then we might get some of their crowd coming into the chat and trolling us, and that'll be fine. Because if you start, if I do a show like that and set it, and it would be like a age restricted show, I wouldn't do it. It'd be like, because I know where it would probably go. I had a troll yesterday, and I blocked them. They were being rude to somebody. I was telling this story earlier, David. Somebody came in that's only been new to the channel recently in my streams, and every time they come in, they like to think they're funny. And usually I find it funny, but they came directly in insulting somebody right off the bat, and it was someone new. and I didn't like that. And so I timed them out. And then when they came back, it was another insult, and it was a joke. But when they came back and hit harder, I just was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna block you. Like I don't need to deal with this. I don't want anybody else having to deal with it." Yeah, right. Well, see, the problem was I was using Restream. Now I remember why I did this. I okay, hold on. Restart now. I can't do it right now. I got to restart that phone. Anyway, I had turned that phone on and have it on my hotspot because today I thought about, well, if some things got, from Restream, I can go in and block people and mute people or like time them out through Restream onto YouTube. But I don't see the ability. I can't make you a moderator. Let's see. Let me see if I can or not. See, I have the ability to block you, put user in timeout, and then I can reply to your message. Um, you know, but I can't. It don't give me the ability to give you a wrench. So what I have to do is, if we're still on here in a minute, when this gets booted back up, I can go in to my chat, or I can go in from this phone on the YouTube app, and I'd have to turn the volume down so it don't echo and stuff. And then, like, if I wanted to make one of you guys a moderator, I can. So, and I think either one of you would be a great, because you guys are really cool. You know, uh, so that's something. If if we don't do it today, the next time I see you guys in chat, just remind me. And if you want to be if you would like to be a moderator for future streams, so in case, whenever it is you catch the stream and you come in, if there's like quite a few people and you see some stuff like that going on, that'd be pretty cool. Um, I'd appreciate it. I do have a Tom one, and I don't know. I made Tomcat a moderator at one point, but I don't know if it's still, was his wrench still showing. I don't know when he was in the chat. Because see right here, it don't show me. It won't show me a wrench. Not that I think that's the one thing we have a setback on. I believe on StreamYard you can see the wrench. I'm not sure. Somebody else was talking about this the other day. So, and let's just let me see where I'm at. I said I'd give myself about 30 more minutes, and we've been about 10 or 15. We're getting closer to my what the fuck? I don't know who he's talking about. That's crazy. Somebody, I don't know if they're talking to me or what they're talking about there. Okay. Anyway, okay, you're gonna head out. Well, that gives me. I think I'm about to wrap this up. The messages disappeared. What are you talking about? Oh, okay, no big deal. Um, Okay, there's Leslie. Hey, how you doing there? You're coming on like when I'm about to be getting off of here. I haven't been on that long. Well, I've been on a little over an hour. Sorry that you came in a little late. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. Matter of fact, that's the person that I was talking about that somebody was being rude to yesterday. And just letting you guys know that that is somebody. Uh, that's one of the people that's younger that they have an account under their mom's account, and they actually have a few little videos on YouTube and stuff. But we talked about this earlier. What should I call you? So Leslie Stover, because you'd said that your name was Leslie yesterday. I was thinking your name when I checked out your channel, the videos on your under the account yesterday, and I saw your trimmers. This is like I don't think anybody was here that's in the chat now. But I was talking about this earlier. We'll just call you Leslie. James, I was saying this is the person. If you were here earlier, I was talking about somebody. Somebody was insulting them yesterday. That's who was being insulted. But I'm trying to say who. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about that. It actually turns out that the person in the picture is not really who we're talking to right now. And let's not get into that. So Leslie, we don't have to. But I was saying they're younger, and then they just told me they do videos, and it's their mom's account, but they have they have permission to be on here. Yeah, like somebody that Sophie person came in yesterday and commented on that person's picture there and said they had a big forehead. So anyway, and that's who. And then I ended up blocking that person. So. And then Betty Spaghetti said I shouldn't be interacting with you. But like, dude, I'm not here trying to do nothing wrong with nobody. And I don't do like, my streams are not really like vulgar and stuff. I might cuss a little bit and stuff, but I'm not getting, like I said, if I do some drama type comic related streams where I have some guests on where we're going to get into some deep like discussion on some of the people that are assholes and stuff, and the conversations could go way south, then I would probably do that later later in the evenings, and also age restricted. Like if I know where the content is going to go, then it's going to be age restricted. So, like, you know what I mean? But for right now, I just said it as it's really not intended for kids. But what I was trying to say is, dude has a talent. I enjoyed that little digital rendition of Trimmers that he did. You can go in the community and find it. And thanks for the shout out also yesterday. Yeah, I know, James. We settled it yesterday. And I think somebody was trying to be funny. And, like I said this yesterday, which I thought you were leaving, but let's see, who had to leave a minute ago? But if you're still here, that's no big deal. I appreciate it. Yeah, what I was going to say is, I didn't say that because but we're not going to be on here very much longer. But I'm glad that they popped in here because I was talking about them earlier and sharing that I don't like it when, like, if we're all kind of used to each other, yeah, no problem. And then I saw, where you had posted. I noticed that you had posted months ago in your community, Leslie. Well, anyway, let's just call you by that because we don't want everybody knowing you're. Yeah, okay. It's all up to you, but let me get this off here. Okay, so you stayed here, and you stayed here. What was it? What I was going to say is, he had. So let's see, like I'd seen where they had put a poll up months back, like, should I continue to do this or stop? I guess maybe they weren't feeling very motivated. And I think you saw my comment yesterday. You should have seen. I commented on it and said, "Don't ever give up. You should keep going." And then it was shortly after that you uploaded the short and told everybody to come see me that I was a cool YouTuber, and I appreciate that. Appreciate that, little dude. I hope that's okay to say, little dude. But he's the one that was asking about trimmers yesterday, and they were the one that was telling me about. And they play video games. What it was, they brought up. They asked me if I knew what Last of Us was, and now that I'm thinking about it, isn't The Last of Us? I know it's a video game, but we talked about it. Isn't that the series that just came out? Like, or you said it was a movie, but I was thinking, was Last of Us turned into a series? And are we? Is that the one that's like about to be in the second season? Because they were talking about it's like about mushroom zombies, like a fungus caused it. Wait, this is not working. What the hell? It better not be empty. Okay. Well, it just seemed weird to me, like to keep saying Leslie when I know. But I think it's cool that your mom, or I think it's cool that you or have that she's got it set up where you can do that and post some stuff for yourself. Yeah, it's a game and movie. Okay, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of that thing that I was thinking. I'm thinking of that. What's that show that came out last year? And it's got the dude from Mandalorian. And some people thought it was okay, and some people thought it wasn't. Like some people that are big fans of the game for that one said that, and I think that's a different one though. You probably know what I'm talking about. Behave yourself. Okay, James. Well, I'm not doing anything. I don't think any of us are. But I know what you're saying. I see you, man. Hey, thanks for being here. And hey, sometime I'll when I see you again, I'll try to give you my email or something. I don't know if I've already done that or not. Because people that seem pretty cool, subscribers and stuff like that, whether they got a channel or not, if I've got if I feel like there's a good thing relation going, I always offer that. Like if somebody wants to reach out to me in an email, I can send that. And then like if we talk back and forth a little bit, then they can determine. Oh, okay. You were saying behave yourself to. Okay. Okay, I got what you're saying. You telling the little guy to behave. But yeah, like someday I'll give you the email. You can send me an email when I send it, give it to you, and then we'll go from there. Because sometimes uh, that's one way to directly communicate. And then like if things seem on the up and up, I'm cool with people having more direct ways to contact me because I'm trying to eventually I would like to be able to incorporate other people into something that I have working in here. Like hopefully it'll manifest in the next little while. The less I talk about it, I think the more it becomes real. So you see me. I want to put in action more what I have planned or have had as visions and ideas and concepts for a long time that I feel like it was given to me years ago when I was younger. Uh, if that makes any sense, you know what I mean. But yeah, man, little guy, I think you should not be discouraged. And especially when I watched that, like it totally blew me away. Like when I seen the little digital animation and it was like your rendition of Tremors, and then I was like, okay, no wonder he asked about why have I seen Tremors? Do I know about Tremors? And I was like, and we had a whole conversation about Tremors. Matter of fact, in the chat earlier, before you showed up, I'd been sharing about someone being rude to you and everything, and then we got to talking about Tremors, and people were talking about how great a movie it was, and they also agreed that after the first two, it starts kind of going down in quality. I mean, they're all pretty still good, but a lot of things when they start doing too many of them, it starts getting not so great towards the end. Too many of it. Like, it just depends. So, okay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna probably wrap this up. We're going on. About 30 minutes ago, I said I would give myself 30 more minutes, and we're right at like an hour and 26 minutes here. So, if y'all haven't hit that like button, which I can't tell, if you could hit the like button for this live stream, I'd appreciate it before we go. And then if there's anything you need to say before we get off here, let me give you a few seconds to type in a brief message if you want to say anything before I end this. And if not, I'll give you a few seconds, whatever, if anybody wants to say anything in the chat real quick. And if not, if I don't see if you don't say anything in the next few seconds, we'll just kind of sign off here. And I think it's been a pretty good day. I'm hoping the mail has ran. I haven't noticed the mail has ran or anything. It is a Monday, and mail's probably kind of backed up. A lot of times on Mondays they'll run a little late. Okay. Yeah, you too, James. Okay. And I'll see both of you people, or hopefully we'll all catch each other again someday if we're blessed to have another day tomorrow. Or, I mean, whatever day. We don't know what's going to happen when we go to sleep tonight or whatever. But I wish everybody well, and I hope. Oh, and there's my Johnny Scab shirt. I got to show that off again. I just have to. Johnny Scab, my bro from England. Cool little channel. Go check out Johnny Scab if you haven't. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. Johnny, Jonny. You just type in. Let me type the. Go look that channel up. And if you like he talks about comic books, he also does some pretty just funny different things. He wears a mask, a little weird, but it's not weird to me. I think he's pretty cool. He has he talks about that he don't like showing his face because of the way he looks. He's got some kind of something, But anyway, that'll give you kind of an idea of who Johnny is. Like I said, he's a cool bloke from England. He does music. He's an artist. He also acts. He's done pretty well-rounded individual. He's about my age, like 50 something, but I got nothing but respect for him. So he's in the comic skate community. So anyway, so we're gonna sign off now. Y'all have a good night, and I wish you the best. Thanks for being here. Until next time, and you know how we say it. Ditto.